Can you tell the difference between my voice and a clone version of my voice? In this video, we're going to explore how hackers can clone your voice to commit fraud, crazy developments in the voice cloning space, how you can clone your own voice, how systems can detect a cloned voice, and importantly, how to protect yourself in this brave new AI world. Like many of you, I've heard clone voices before and they all just sounded like Siri and Alexa. Your gut just tells you that they are synthetically generated. So to set the scene, here is an AI generated version of my own voice. This is an AI generated voice which is cloned from my real voice. It's so shocking how real it sounds. And this is my real voice. The only difference that I can hear is that my real voice is only a little bit deeper and maybe a little bit more animated. Who knows, maybe I just went through puberty in the past 2 weeks. But in all seriousness, the AI voice carries the same signatures as my real voice. These signatures are so similar that they can even fool biometric authentication systems used by banks, commonly known as Voice ID. In this recent experiment done by a curious good Samaritan, the Lloyds Bank, a bank in the UK, had its Voice ID system bypassed by a user who used an AI-generated voice. The author simply recorded a few phrases and played it to the bank's Voice ID system. He first played the pre-recorded clone of his voice, "Check my balance." Then he played "My voice is my password." And with that, he was successfully authenticated and could start performing banking activities over the phone. As soon as I read this article, I immediately went and deregistered all my Voice ID registered authentication platforms, and then immediately attempted to generate my own synthetic voice to confirm that it really was that easy to generate one. I then went and did some further research and found something that was even more terrifying. Apparently, Microsoft has a new voice cloning AI system called Val-E that can clone your voice in just 3 seconds and was trained on a massive sample of 60,000 hours of speech. Although it is not publicly available yet, thank God, it still gave me goosebumps thinking back to all the spam calls I received where I stupidly said, "Hello? Hello? Is anyone there?" Enough time for Val-E to clone my voice. And what about all those videos I've put up on the internet with me talking? This footage can also be used to clone my voice. Anyone who is a YouTuber, a podcaster, a TikToker should definitely not be using Voice ID as the only form of authentication. By definition, to authenticate, you must have some sort of secret. But if everyone knows your voice, is that still considered a secret? Okay, on to the part that I'm sure many of you have been waiting for. How exactly do you clone a voice? There's various free softwares out there, but I think the easiest one to use is called Descript. Before I begin, I just wanted to make it clear that this video is not sponsored by Descript. I just use it because it's awesome. Descript is a consumer-grade tool that anyone can use. It's commonly used by podcasters who want to edit their speech when they've made a mistake. This feature is called Overdub and allows you to correct areas of your speech where you've made a mistake by substituting your AI voice. However, Descript can also be used to generate full text-to-speech without you saying anything. So not only does it make podcasters more productive, it also gives scammers another way to hack you. Using Descript is very straightforward. You just need to train the AI, be patient and wait approximately a day, and once the AI is trained, you can start using it. Using the desktop version of Descript, we're going to go over to create a new voice, give it a name, and now we're ready to train Descript by providing it with a sample of our own voice. Descript provides a script for you to read off if you don't know what to say. So now we're going to start recording. 100 years ago, there were 1.5 billion people on Earth. Now over 6 billion crowd our fragile planet. But even so, there are still places barely touched by humanity. Once we're done, we're going to go over to the top right to submit the training data. Oh no, it looks like we haven't submitted enough audio. Descript says 10 minutes is minimum, but it's recommended to record for at least 30 minutes to get the best quality AI voice. Once the AI voice is ready, Descript will email you. Now you just need to go create a new project, let's call it Descript YouTube. And now just type in the text you want to be converted to speech by your AI voice. Over the label speaker, select the voice that you just created. You can also feed Descript different styles which it will use to make your voice sound more animated. We're going to choose enthusiastic. Now highlight the text you want to convert to audio, hover over it and press overdub. This takes some time, so be patient. Once the sound wave appears at the bottom, your AI voice has been generated. This is an AI generated voice that is cloned from my own voice. It's so shocking how real it sounds. And that's it. That's how Descript works. I should also mention that Descript uses a freemium model. This means you get all its functionality for free, but with a quota, unless you pay. Nothing good comes for free in life. For Overdub, in order to get Descript to say anything you want, you need the Pro version, which costs $24 a month if you pay annually. Okay, let's get back on track. Holy cow, the clone voice is so real I almost fell off my chair. This got me thinking, how on earth will biometric systems detect real from fake? Anyone could use Descript and clone a voice. You will just need to record someone in secret for 30 minutes. That's not exactly easy, but when modern voice cloning AIs come around like Val-E, you will just need a few seconds. Or if they're a YouTuber like me, well, you already know the answer to that. Now, I am by no means an expert in the field of synthetic speech detection, but after reading numerous academic articles on it, I realized that detecting synthetic speech is no easy task, especially given that new methods of creating synthetic voices is constantly coming about. So instead, I looked for popular open source libraries that have synthetic voice detection modules. I landed on Resemblizer. To see how legit it was, I did what every lazy developer does and looked at how many stars it has. Now, Resemblizer was created by a company called Resemble AI. The company is known for generating synthetic speech of users, very similar to Descript. But in line with its ethics statement, it also builds synthetic detection capabilities. In its GitHub, it states that fake speech detection modules provide modest fake speech detection. It works by comparing the audio against a baseline created from training data that is fed to it. So this includes data of real human audio and audio generated by AI. So I attempted to build a tool using Resemblizer libraries. The first tool converts training data of real and fake audio into embeddings, which are mathematical abstractions that Resemblizer can understand. Next, I built a tool to take in the training data and compare it against the target audio file to check if the voice is AI generated or a real human voice. If the voice is most likely AI generated, it will return
the input audio is most similar to an AI voice.
If the voice is most likely a human voice, it will return
the input audio is most similar to a human voice.
This tool is not going to be 100% accurate. It all depends on the learning model and the training data that we feed it. There's always going to be a false acceptance rate and a false rejection rate. A false acceptance rate is the rate at which the model was not able to pick up on a fake voice. A false rejection rate, on the other hand, is when the model rejects a real voice. Because of this, I firmly believe that biometric authentication cannot be the only factor of authentication. You need a second factor, whether that be a push notification or a one-time password sent to your phone. Now, I'm not saying that this will completely stop hackers, but it will significantly reduce the likelihood of a breach because you're increasing the difficulty or economic cost of exploiting an individual. Knowing most hackers, they take the path of least resistance, not the most resistance. So if I were you, check if the organization that uses your voice to authenticate you also allows a second form of authentication. If not, and they handle sensitive things for you, my advice would be go shopping for a better service. Don't risk it. That's it folks, hope you enjoyed this video. To see more content, please remember to subscribe.